All right, welcome back to how to DeFi the system. Today we're going to go over 9 essential topics that you need to know about decentralized finance. So, decentralized finance itself, or DeFi for short, what our whole channel is all about, is an umbrella term for financial products built on top of decentralized open source blockchains. A true DeFi instrument should be programmable, permissionless, and composable, which means there isn't always an analogous example in the banking system because it's an evolution of what the current banking system is. So right now, the pace of innovation in DeFi can be hard to keep up with. So it leaves newbies and even experts a little bit lost when they're trying to get grips on things. So we hope that this video will help a little bit with that. So first of all, smart contract. What is a smart contract? Smart contract is a computer program on the blockchain that can self-execute when certain conditions are met. In this way, agreements between a buyer and a seller, or a token holder and the protocol, are written directly into lines of code which you interact with. Smart contracts are the building blocks of DeFi, the money Lego, so to speak, because they enable sophisticated interoperability between many different financial instruments without the need for third parties. In theory, once a smart contract is deployed to the blockchain, DApps, decentralized applications, can run themselves with little to no human intervention, which allows for huge leaps in scalability. Now, our next little go-to, gas. In the picture you can see a little icon of gas with the Ethereum logo. So gas is the micro unit, the subunit for the Ethereum blockchain. It's a unit that measures the computational effort required to perform a transaction on the network. Gas prices are denoted in Gwei, which are worth 0.00000001 of an ether. So gas prices can differ across DApps and protocols depending on the complexity of the transaction involved. A simple ether transfer could cost you 21,000 gas, while more complex transactions could consume a few 100,000 and up to several million in gas. So in 2020, we saw gas fees skyrocket, and many hope that Ethereum 2.0 will solve these congestion problems through sharding, essentially splitting the entire Ethereum network into multiple sections or shards. So this nature of high fees has caused some to turn to other networks like the Binance Smart Chain and the Matic Smart Chain, which we've created videos on how to get onto those networks. The next is wallets. So what is the best wallet? We're going to be creating a video specifically for MetaMask, which is the little fox face you can see there, but there's a lot of good wallets that you can use. And it seems obvious, but people sometimes have a hard time wrapping their heads around different kinds of wallets and how they can be used. The main distinction is between non-custodial wallets, where you have full ownership, possession, and responsibility over all your assets, and custodial wallets, where a third party stores your private keys for you, and that obviously has inherent risks, but also some benefits. Different kinds of wallets include hardware wallets, which is a physical device you store your private keys, a Web3 wallet, which is a self-custody wallet enabling access to the next generation of internet applications. For example, MetaMask, which we go into in our video about MetaMasks, and we will be developing videos so you can learn how to get integrated with that. But that's a browser plugin that serves as an Ethereum wallet, allowing users to store Ether and other ERC20 tokens, and as well as connect to other mainnets, which is very useful. And then you have smart contract wallets. These wallets live as a program on the blockchain instead of providing the user with a public and private key. An example is Instadapp's DeFi Smart Accounts, or Argent, or Gnosis Safe, which is a multi-signature wallet. So, learned a little bit about wallets. There's a lot of intricacies to wallets that we will go into in more depth, but you need to be careful. You need to write down your 12 seed or potentially 24 seed code, write it down on paper, write it down, hide it somewhere, make sure there's multiple copies hidden, because if you lose that and you don't know the password, then you lose access to your assets, and that's never good. So what's the next thing? A stable coin. So stable coins are designed to minimize price volatility by holding on to a specific value. There are generally three types of stable coins. There's a fiat collateralized stable coin like Tether and True USD, which are one-to-one pegged to the US dollar and backed by dollar deposits. There's the crypto collateralized stable coins like DAI, which you can see here with the D in yellow. Although this stablecoin is also pegged to the US dollar, its reserves are held in Ether. And then there's commodity collateralized stablecoins. DGX is a stablecoin, for example, that's backed by gold. And then there's also non-collateralized algorithmic stablecoins, which are obviously a little bit less trustworthy, but still useful. So what are we going to do next? Get into the tougher terms and things that are a little bit unusual to someone who's just dipping their toes into DeFiing the system. Pools, liquidity pools. Liquidity pools are an automated market-making strategy used in decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, Curve, Cyber, Bancor, PancakeSwap, SushiSwap, all of the swaps. Although these exchanges use different approaches, at their core, they consist in transactions traded against a smart contract and not other traders, as in the traditional order book model. Anyone can become a liquidity provider by depositing crypto into a liquidity pool to earn trading fees in proportion to their share in the pool. As you would have a normal exchange like Binance, like any Forex exchange, you have some centralized authority providing the euro and the dollar to trade to. Now, in a decentralized exchange, you can add liquidity to a pool, and thus you're adding $10 and 10 euros. And when people trade $1 to 1 euro, the trading fee, the commission that would normally be taken by the house, would normally be taken by the exchange, is going to be given to you proportionately to your share in the pool. So this is where you start to get into these concepts that can actually help you leverage your monetary assets in a way that you can gain from. So what's next? Mining, liquidity mining. It's a community-based approach to market making and protocol governance. A token issuer or exchange can reward a pool of miners to provide liquidity for a specific token. So for example, on the Compound protocol, users who deposit tokens will both earn interest and a share of the Compound governance token. So again, another concept, slightly similar, but it involves the protocol itself being rewarding to the users who are providing liquidity, an extra leg up. So, yield farming. By leveraging the incentives of liquidity mining, your crypto can be put to work across a number of DeFi instruments. Yield farming attempts to maximize returns by earning negative native governance tokens on protocols. By earning native governance tokens on protocols, and typically applies recursive investing to achieve this. For example, if you added $100 as collateral on Compound, it will earn you both interest and comp governance tokens. You could then borrow 70 DAI against your $100 collateral, where you would pay a small interest fee, but still earn more comp. Finally, you could swap the 70 DAI for 70 USDC and repeat the whole process. With large amounts of capital investment, you can thus be folded many times over in order to maximize the amount of governance tokens earned. Now, this can be risky because when there are flash crashes and the value of the coins that you have goes down considerably, you may not be able to pay off your interest loans. And I just want to throw that disclaimer out there because it is important to know. As we've seen with this most recent crash, in mid-May, it really hit a lot of people and millions were just liquidated immediately. So it's important to know this sort of things. So finally, a flash loan is something that allows you to borrow instantly from a publicly funded smart contract pool without providing any collateral. These loans are only valid within one block transaction and must be repaid before the end of the transaction used to borrow the loan. If the borrower does not repay this debt by the time the transaction is reverted, The process ensures that liquidity is always returned to the pool. Flash loans are commonly used for arbitrage, collateral swapping, self-liquidation, and more. The final thing is staking. Yeah, this should have been before, but in DeFi, staking usually involves depositing liquidity pool tokens into a smart contract in order to earn rewards. Staking is similar to earning interest from a bank account. The longer you hold, the more you earn. And I'm sure you've heard of compound interest. There are many really good sites that can provide compound interest, such as 11.finance and more. And compound allows you to turn money into more money a lot faster than normal, because every time that you would gain interest, you're now gaining interest on the interest you just gained. That being said, this is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, comment, all the good stuff. Help the algorithm keep shooting us to new people so they can DeFi the system as well.